So in June 2023, the World Economic Forum, so just last month, they released a white paper on the framework for CBDC. So they have already come out with a framework, and it's titled Central Bank Digital Currency Global Interoperability Principles. Now, this report is 41 pages long, so it's kind of long. And something worth noting is that as part of its summary, it mentions the next steps for pushing CBDC, and that's listed on the left-hand side of the screen. So these steps are: 1, giving a clear reason to the public to pursue CBDC. Number 2, coming up with regulatory frameworks, right? Number 3, integrating CBDC with other payment solutions. And lastly, building public confidence and trust in CBDC. Oh, and there's also number 5, having public-private cooperation and interoperability. Now, let's take this apart a little bit, and then let's look at, like the very first step number 1, giving a clear reason to the public to pursue CBDC. So what's going on here, right? So why would the public, i.e. you and I, the common folks, need a reason to want CBDC? In my opinion, I believe that the central banks have caused this recession that we're currently in, just like they have done so many times throughout history with the boom and bust cycles, right? And this time around, it would be reasonable and even logical, I would argue, for central banks to cause a very severe and deep recession to, quote unquote, break everything. And Miles also mentioned this too, about a very severe and deep recession like we have never seen. So the public will be crying out for a stablecoin CBDC, just like it cried out for a US central bank, i.e. the Fed, after the financial crisis in 1907, right? And other steps, they basically point to the fact that central banks, they want to lay down the regulatory framework for CBDC, just like they did for fiat currency that we're using right now, i.e. the USD or the euro or what have you. And the central banks will make sure CBDC is the only means of payment anywhere. Wow. Yeah. So Jackson, any thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, a clear reason for who, right? The first question pops in my head for the people behind it that can, quote unquote, program it, control it, manipulate it, or clear reason what for the people. And I feel like what you mentioned, the boom and bust cycles, the clear reason or what they're pushing down the common folks' throats are dependency, right? It's, hey,
right.
Extreme cases, wartime. Guess what? Your currency, your fiat currencies, not good. Use our CBDC money, right? Quote unquote. Use our CBDC money. If you don't have fiat currency to go buy groceries, no problem. Use our CBDC money. If you don't have money to go see the doctor, no problem. Come use our CBDC money, right? And see the doctors that we want you to see, because they will prescribe these things that we want them to prescribe to you. I mean, this is complete. I don't want to say chaotic, but I mean, my gosh, this is, I mean,
yeah,
this is something that what a dictator will almost do.